How to go on a sugar-free diet. Whether it's to lose weight or treat a health problem, it can be good to slow down and limit your sugar consumption. How can you do this? What other products can you turn to? How can you adopt new eating habits? Explanations, advice and instructions with dietitian nutritionist. Sugar is everywhere in our diet. Already present in sweets, cakes, pastries, breakfast cereals, compotes and other flavored yogurts, it can also hide in industrial dishes. There is a significant amount of added sugar to give a little more flavor to preparations and extend their shelf life. Not to mention the sugar we add to our hot drinks or dairy products. According to the WHO, sugar should not represent more than 10% of our daily energy intake, or the equivalent of 50 grams per day. In fact, we consume much more. 87% of 3 to 17-year-olds and 48% of adults are above two of these recommendations. However, sugar is a food that, when consumed excessively, causes health problems, including fat storage and weight gain. What are the benefits of a sugar-free diet? Avoiding sugar helps protect yourself from the risks associated with its overconsumption, dental caries, weight gain and even obesity, as well as many pathologies, such as type 2 diabetes. When we consume sugar, the pancreas secretes a hormone, insulin, which has the role of bringing the blood glucose level back to normal. However, over time, this hormone regulates the blood sugar level, glycemia, less effectively. Blood sugar then remains abnormally high, which leads to this metabolic disease. Another harm that can be avoided: excess sugar turns into fat in the body and is stored mainly in the stomach. It then surrounds organs such as the liver, causing NASH, hepatic steatosis, in the long term, also called fatty liver disease, or SOTA disease, and the heart, gradually blocking its arteries. The result is an increased risk of stroke and heart attack, explains Natalie Majger. Finally, excessive sugar consumption can also cause chronic fatigue. While it is not a question of depriving yourself of sweets, eating less sugar during meals is a guarantee of better health and helps facilitate weight loss as part of a rebalancing diet. Unlike traditional diets, the sugar-free diet has no harmful effects on health because sugar has no nutritional value, it contains empty calories. Therefore, stopping sugar has only advantages. Does a sugar-free diet help you lose weight? Reducing your sugar consumption helps limit insulin secretions, reduce fat storage and dislodge those that are installed. The sugar-free diet therefore promotes weight loss, without harming your health. However, it can be difficult to completely eliminate sugar from your diet. Even the ketogenic diet, which consists of consuming fats to lose weight, contains a little but if its content is low. What foods for a sugar-free diet? On the sugar-free diet menu: raw vegetables, proteins, whole grains, fruits, oilseeds. Dairy products are also allowed if they are without added sugar. Complex carbohydrates, including whole grains and pulses, can be consumed in small quantities because they provide energy to the body. Favoring sugars with a low glycemic index helps limit blood sugar spikes and their consequences on the body. You can, for example, use honey, which, in addition to being a natural sugar, has antibacterial properties. It also provides more nutrients such as B vitamins and minerals such as potassium, calcium and magnesium, recommends Natalie Majger. Preferably opt for acacia honey, which has a very low glycemic index, less than 35. Coconut sugar and whole cane sugar are also good alternatives because their glycemic indexes are 35 and 60 respectively. For comparison, the GI of white sugar is greater than 70. To try: birch sugar. The sweetening power of this food is identical to white sugar but which has a very low glycemic index of 8. It is therefore a good slimming ally. What foods should you avoid on a sugar-free diet? The false friends of the sugar-free diet. Some foods are labeled healthy, even though they contain added sugars. These include industrial tomato sauces, sliced bread, breakfast cereals, fruit juices and nectars, low-fat yogurts, cereal bars, puffed rice cakes. Foods prohibited in the sugar-free diet: sodas, flavored drinks, pastries, the candies, the alcohol, syrups, the pizzas, the chips, chocolate powder, unless it is free of added sugars. All industrial products. Can you eat bread on a sugar-free diet? As part of a sugar-free diet, white bread should be avoided because it is made with white flour, which has a high glycemic index. It is better to opt for wholemeal bread, which is richer in fibers. How to eliminate sugar from your diet. Learning to eat without sugar can take time. Discover the natural flavor of a hot drink, a dessert or a compote by not adding sugar. While it can be confusing the first few times, it only takes 3 weeks to learn to do without its flavor. Act gradually. If you used to add 1 or more spoonfuls of sugar to your coffee, tea or dairy product, the first week, try to add only half the usual amount. The following week, a quarter, and the last week, not at all. Suggests Natalie Majker. Home cooking to avoid sugar. When you want to avoid consuming sugar, you have to rethink your meals and adopt a new diet. By preparing your own dishes, you can keep control over the amount of sugar. If you follow a recipe, I advise you, first of all, to have the recommended sugar content, especially if the preparation also requires the addition of chocolate chips or fruit, indicates the dietitian. Depending on your preferences, you can, next time, add a little more or take some away again. Another tip: replace the sugar with a very ripe banana or apple sauce without added sugar, which allows you to enjoy both a slight sweet taste and the benefits of the fruit. Spices, such as cinnamon, pepper, ginger, can also add flavor and allow you to reduce or even replace sugar in milk, a hot drink, a cake, a compote, or a fruit salad. You should also give pride of place to seasonal vegetables and fruits as well as whole starches and legumes. What breakfast without sugar? We avoid cereals and industrial cakes, and we favor the sugars of fruits. We can therefore consider a breakfast composed of unsweetened fromage blanc, freshly sliced banana or kiwi, or wholemeal bread and fromage frais with a little crushed avocado. Be careful with white bread, which contains refined sugars in its carbohydrates. Why not try a savory breakfast with eggs and white ham or chicken breast? You will keep a stable weight and good energy for the day thanks to its protein content. No to diets, yes to WW. WW Weight Watchers Partnership. Treat yourself, eat your favorite foods, and lose. When you go shopping, to avoid hidden sugars in ready-made products, you should look at the list of ingredients. Avoid as much as possible those containing terms such as sugar, glucose, fructose syrup, or glucose syrup. Finally, for fruit juices or compotes, choose no added sugar, a term that guarantees that no sugar has been added during its manufacture. Finally, prefer whole starches to starches made from refined flour, which have a lower glycemic index, which are also preferable for losing weight as part of a rebalancing diet to lose weight.